Hey guys, what's up? It is Big Chungus, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. It is the 2021-22 Panini Obsidian Soccer Checklist Breakdown by Big Chungus. Know, you already know. We're going to get to it. We got a lot to cover. There's a lot of teams, so we're going to go really quickly. And then I'm also going to have a couple things handy, so I can kind of guide you if you're looking for some teams to target to get in early on breaks, because I know a lot of you are. I'm going to provide a little insight on a team by team basis, but I'm going to try to make it pretty snappy. All right. So the first one up is going to be AC Milan. And this is going to be a nice spot. If you're targeting this spot in a case break, I think you would probably do well to look for around $150 mark. There's a lot of nice cards in this one. There's a good mix of legends and some younger players. People like Sandro Tonali, Rafael Leao, Paulo Maldini, Van Basten, and of course Kaká's got some Aurora autographs. Also, there's going to be some Frank Kessie, Raheem Diaz, Salamakers, a lot of first autos. So overall, yeah, I think that AC Milan spot's really nice, and so there's a lot of good stuff in that. Good one to target mid-price range. All right, let's move on to Ajax. We're going to be looking at Ajax here. We got Van der Sar and Van de Beek. One's a legend, one's not so much. But yeah, so there's also Anthony Gravenberch, Brian Brobby, I think is the rookie, because he's technically Leipzig, but was loaned out to Ajax. Um, Other than that, there's not a whole ton of great stuff in Ajax as far as autographs. It's really just Van de Beek and Van der Sar, I think. But there are guys like Brobby, Anthony, and Gravenberch who are all kind of young hot names, if you will. So, yeah. We're going to move on to Argentina spot next. We have Messi in here, but there's not a whole ton of value. There's no Messi auto. There's no Maradona. There's nothing really big. So, oh, sorry, forgot to mention the price range for the one we just did. um, what's the one we just did? Oh, yeah, Ajax. So if you're looking for the Ajax, I would say maybe in the... Don't overpay for Ajax. Maybe in the $90 range tops. Anyway, back to Argentina now. Messi really only have the chance for the base or the insert, contra, lower numbered stuff. The only real legend auto of note, I think, is Batistuta. So that's nice, but overall, it's pretty underwhelming. I think there's also a napkin, atomic materials. So there's a few different Messi, but none of them add up to a ton of value there. So Argentina, maybe $100 range, a little bit more. That's about it on that one. Going over to Arsenal now, we got Martinelli. There's also Dennis Bergkamp, autos, legendary. The base are Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, Sambi Lakanga, Martinelli, all pretty much rookies there, and are younger players. So I think Arsenal's in that mid-range, and then we got the black color blast for Saka. Highlighted it right there. Black color blast, chase there, Saka. Not a ton of autos though in this one. No Thierry Henry in the Arsenal spots. Actually, in the it's later. I can't remember. I'm blanking on it right now for some reason. Oh, France, duh. Yeah, it's actually in France for this edition. So overall, I think Arsenal spot it's mid. It's right mid, just kind of like Arsenal is. So maybe around like AC Milan pricing, I think is fine for Arsenal. 160 range. All right, we're gonna move over to Aston Villa now. Matty Cash is the only autograph, but they do have the rookies, Carney and Ramsey. So lower number stuff contras of those will be pretty cool to get. There's Lightning Strike autos, Jacob Ramsey autos. I think those might be his rookie autos. So maybe Aston Villa is maybe a little bit more than people are expecting. I could see people pricing that one in the $100 range just because of that. I think there's also a lot of Ollie Watkins signatures, so that's not bad either. So overall, I think Aston Villa is probably a good cop here if you're looking for a nice, maybe a little low-key team to chase. Atletico is the same trash it always is. I mean, my apologies if you love Atletico. I mean, I think they're a great team and everything, but like in the hobby-wise, they just suck. It's really just Joao Felix auto chase every single time. Just yuck. Sorry, Atletico. So yeah, Atletico, bottom barrel team. I don't care. Nobody cares. Belgium is nice because there's a few KDB stuff. Belgium Doku, Lukaku base. There's some KDB autos and maybe some patch autos here, I believe. Doku, okay, volcanic signatures. There's KDB in there. So you can see the print runs are down on this side too, and the KDB print runs, from what I've seen so far, are pretty low compared to some of the other ones. So KDB didn't sign a whole lot. They didn't get a lot of his stuff. So maybe if you're chasing the Belgium and Man City spots for KDB stuff, it's probably going to be pretty hard to find, unfortunately. His stuff's not cheap. Can be hard to find. So Belgium, I'd say maybe in the $80, $90 range, something like that. Dortmund's a tough one. There's obviously the Holland stuff. There's Holland cards, but the base, Kobel, I think that's just weird. He's like a backup goalkeeper or something. Milan, Bellingham, Coco, Holland, Reina. Those guys are all going to have some value. Obviously Holland, Color Blast. It's going to be the big attraction there, the Holland Color Blast. But remember, he already had one last year, so I don't know if you should. And it's going to be like maybe the last Dortmund kit. I don't think that's going to be a thing. So I don't know if that's really going to be worth as much compared to the other one. It might look better. I think we've seen it already, and it looks pretty awesome. So maybe if it just looks a lot better, it'll sell better. But overall, the rest of Dortmund is just not impressive. Like the jerseys, all the jerseys are Mats Hummels. No, Panini, just no, just no. So yeah, that's just really Holland Color Blast or bust. If you get one Color Blast per case on average in your case break hunting, and there's 10 Color Blasts, that means 10% chance you're gonna hit the Holland. So that right there is gonna put that at a very high price. Well, probably around over 200 for just the Holland price, and the rest of Dortmund isn't going to be that much, honestly. So maybe 250 range total, maybe a little more, but there's really not a ton of value in it outside of the Holland stuff. Brentford, that's a crap team. We don't really need to go over that much. I think it's really just Ivan Toney and variants. There's really nothing else in there. Bottom of the barrel team. Blah. We're moving on. Brighton and Burnley are more of the same. Brighton, maybe the Jakob Motor rookie. Yeah, okay, no. No one cares. Burnley, no. Nick Pope, you want another Nick Pope auto? You're not even going to get that. I'm just going to give you Ben Mee. Just some Ben Mee. That's all you're going to get from autos for Burnley. Sorry, Burnley. That's gross. Chelsea is never very popular because this year it's honestly not that strong at all. Chelsea's probably a weaker spot in the $100 range, maybe even less. It's mostly just like there's Timo autos. Yuck. Timo, really? There are going to be the historic or Shevchenko. That'll go for a little bit. I mean, That's pretty cool and all, but it's not going to be a big seller. Other than that, yeah, there's just no other autos really, except what, Mendy and um, Pulisic. So there are some Puli dual jersey stuff. Okay, like dual jersey ink Pulisic. So that's gonna be pretty cool. But I don't know. He might be leaving Chelsea, so we'll see. All right, Colombia is next. There's not a ton in Colombia, but we do have Luis Diaz, so do keep that in mind. There's no autographs or anything, unfortunately, but I think Luis Diaz just doesn't have that strong of a market in terms of supply. And I think that just not having a lot of supply means his prices could be inflated. So if you can just get like, I don't know, it's tough because his Dunrush stuff was already out, and that's Colombia kids. So, but obviously people don't care as much about Dunrush. This is Obsidian. I think his Liverpool stuff would sell a lot better, but who knows? I think it has maybe $40 range value. Croatia, I'm just gonna start skipping these teams that aren't worth much. There's really nothing worth talking about in Croatia. Let's, $30, 25 range, whatever. If you love Luka Modric, that's for you. But there's no autos worth much. Okay, Crystal Palace, we got Conor Gallagher base, Gay, Edouard, Olise. So all those variants of those rookies are going to do well. The Gui, I have no idea how to say that. I sound so dumb, but he has lightning strike autos. Joakim Anderson does too, and Eze's got some volcanic signatures. So Crystal Palace, I think, is also going to be pretty expensive relative to like what you might think Crystal Palace should sell for. Maybe somebody could have it even up in the $80-$90 range, and it's not like a terrible value, honestly, if you can get it in the you know, $40-$50 range, maybe from breakers who don't know their pricing as well. You can probably snipe Palace. And let's move on to a bigger one now, England. So we got Gary Lineker and Lee Dixon to start off with. Not that exciting. Harry Kane, Saka, Foden, Mount, Bellingham, Harry Kane. Okay, yeah, whatever. All right, let's move down to the jersey autographs, and we got Mason Mount stuff. Calvin Phillips, but here's the nice one, guys. David Beckham, Volcanic. Looks like there's a decent amount of Beckham out there, maybe like around 90 total. Oh, wait, no, there's also 85 Volcanic signatures. I didn't see that up there. So, yeah, there's actually well over 100 Beckham autos in the product. So if you're hunting the England spot and looking for a Beckham auto, it's probably not all that uncommon to hit one. As far as the base, there's Saka, Foden, Mount, and Bellingham, and the black color blast is Jude for that. So taking all that into consideration, the England spot is pretty beefy. Pretty beefy. Probably one of the top spots in the whole thing. I could see like it being over $300 for the total for sure. Everton, there's really nothing in Everton. They did put Wayne Rooney autos in it again, but if you look at the total print run, like it's all jersey autographs, but if you look at the total print run, there's only like 10 of them total or something. It's like 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So yeah, that's kind of a needle in a haystack. Everton, it's going to be bottom of the barrel though. If you buy it enough times, you might hit one of those, but I don't think it's going to be worth a ton in the Everton kit though anyways. Barcelona, that's going to be another huge spot, but it's not as beefy as it's been in years past. There's no Messi, there's no Maradona, there's no real big, huge auto outside of Pedri and Fati, which are relatively new, younger, still unproven players. That's the theme of this Barca team now. Nobody's really hunting for the older greats anymore. It's more of a youth movement. They're going for the younger squads. So it's Fati, it's Pedri, it's Gavi, and that's what you're looking for. PK, you got to get out. You're not cool anymore. Jukla's in there too, man. So yeah, that's going to be like probably a $300 spot total, over that even. And then, of course, the Black color, Blast, Pedri, and there's a lot of Pedri autos out there. Between Chrome and Panini, it looks like Pedri signed a ton, so maybe that's cautionary on Pedri autos this year in general. They might be a little oversaturated. Looks like he signed quite a bit. Jersey autographs, Ter Stegen, Eric Garcia, yuck. But we do have Ansu Fati's in there, so there's going to be some Fati autos. The legends are just not good. Like Dani Alves, Thiago Mota, no. There's also a Supernova Gavi, and then for the volcanic signatures, they have Neymar Barca stuff, which is kind of cool in there, I guess. So that's like maybe the best legend is Neymar. Okay, whatever. But still, yeah, with the Gavi and the Pedri autos, it's going to be probably well over, I don't know, $300 spot, probably starting range in case breaks. Inter Milan, kind of whatever. I don't think it's worth too much. Lautaro. Lightning Strike autos, Hernan Crespo. So that's kind of a cool legend one. So you might pay up, I don't know, pay up a little bit for Inter Milan. You know, don't take them if they're more than $50 probably. But if you can get them really cheap, that might be an interesting one to try to get a Crespo auto. That's actually pretty cool. All right, another bigger one here is going to be France. And it's mostly going to be Mbappe, but there's also Aurelien Tchouameni, rookie. Newly crowned, like 80 million pound signing from Monaco for Real Madrid. So he's got, this is like his first rookie card right here. So this might be one to watch. So just that, keep that in mind. We're also going to have the Mbappe Black Color Blast. There it is, Black Color Blast, Mbappe, and then Lightning Strike, Thierry Henry. So there's going to be the Thierry Henry autos. Other than that, it's Pogba, guys like that, Karim Benzema base. So France is probably just going to still be in like close to that $300 range. I have maybe just a little tick under that. Because there's not really great autos outside of the Thierry Henry. But you got the Tchouameni. So that's kind of an interesting one. As far as a real rookie to chase, that's kind of Obsidian exclusive if you're looking for France. And the Tchouameni. I just like saying that, even though I'm probably butchering it. Germany's kind of interesting because they gave Ilkay Gundogan a Black Color Blast. I mean, that's kind of timely, but what he just did made him a legend for Man City, not Germany. But there's Ilkay with a Black Color Blast. Good for him. Other than that, I think there's like Jurgen Klinsmann, Ter Stegen autos. So Germany, Florian Wirtz is one of the base. I think their base are all decent younger players. So Germany's, you know, Timo, Musiala, Kimmich, Wirtz, Gosens, Ginter, Havertz, Nemecha, Adeyemi, Neuer, Rom, Schlotterbach. So there's a lot of Germans here in the base. Wow, they gave them a lot of base cards. So there you go. Germany probably over $100 just based on that alone, but not a lot of value on the autos in Germany. They're mostly kind of meh legends, which is par for the course with Germany. Italy, we're so used to Italy being big, but this is not a good spot this year. It's got Raspadori, the rookie, which was the same one from Donruss, Chiesa, Verratti, Insigne. There's a lot of Insigne. They're dumping their whole stack now that he's gone to MLS or whatever. There is a Totti lightning strike, so that's moderately interesting. Bonucci and Mobile. There is a Zaniolo or two in there as for the autos, but just not a lot to be super excited about for Italy. I'd put them in like the $70 range, not that high. Next up will be Juventus. Okay, so if we're looking at Juve, it's kind of in the same vein as what we just discussed. We got Delete, Chesney, Locatelli, Dusan. Dusan's kind of cool, but other than that, there's not a lot of cool autos or nothing really going on here. now that Ronaldo is gone. You got some Pirlo, Luca Toni, Trezeguet, Gianluca Vialli, our favorite. But overall, it's just kind of like Italy. These guys aren't really moving the needle huge as far as prices. So that's going to be another like $65, $70-ish kind of spot for me. Switching gears back to Premier League, let's look at Leeds. Leeds is kind of interesting because we have the base, Gelhardt, Calvin Phillips, Rafinha. All of those players are sort of interesting. Calvin Phillips, of course, rumor is that he's about to sign with Man City. Rafinha is also reportedly going somewhere bigger. Gelhardt looked really good, so this is an interesting one. The Rafinha autos also volcanic material signatures, Rafinha. So Leeds maybe is up in that $80 spot range. I don't know, something like that. It's an interesting one if you can get it cheap. Leeds. Leicester, I'm not even gonna talk about them. They're gross. Liverpool, let's talk about. I don't mean the team's gross. I just mean there's nothing to chase of much value. So Liverpool is just like it's sad. You got the Harvey Elliott, who might be a rookie. We don't know yet. Other than that, there's no like. Is there even any patches? Like, there's no autos or patches. Like, Liverpool is just sad. Like, it's for sure. Like, to me, it's like under $100 for Liverpool. Even though you got all these name players that everybody knows, like VVD, Jota, Mane, Salah, TAA. I mean, there's just nothing there no autos at all. So Liverpool is just kind of like, that's a disappointing spot if you're a Liverpool fan. Man City, I think, is a little bit better. There is some KDB stuff, but again, keep in mind, I don't think he signed a whole ton. There's some Grealish autos, I think, too. So it's definitely over 100. Man City is maybe 125, 150 range, I guess. Bernardo Silva, there's Gabriel Jesus, I guess, stuff too. That might interest some Arsenal. That's long been the rumor all as soon as the offseason started that Jesus was heading to Arsenal. There's Cancelo, Ederson. There's a lot of different Man City hits, I guess, now, but it's not super, super strong, KDB, like, he doesn't have a ton of hobby value, neither do any of the guys on the team, really, so it's not like I guess KDB and Grealish will sell, but, I don't know. I like, personally, as a Man City guy, I probably would not pay more than like $100 myself, so I know it's going to go for more than that, so I probably wouldn't touch it much. Anyway, moving over to Man U, this is a big spot. We got Ronaldo. That's the big one. This is probably one of the most expensive spots in the break, just because there's Ronaldo, like, patch autos, and the black color blast. Anthony Elonga's in there too for the rookie chase. So couple that all in, Man U is a big spot here. Going down the bottom, yeah, we got a decent amount of Ronnie autos in this one. If we look at the total here, add that up. That's 100 autos just right there for Ronnie. So that's pretty cool with a color blast 10% shot. And then you got a floor plan. You do have Elonga in there. So Man U's going to be, I think, well over 300 total. Mexico, nothing really too exciting for them. Oribe Peralta, Guardado, Carlos Vela. Probably only going to be in like the $40, $50 range. If you're a Mexico fan, there's some names you might recognize, but I wouldn't overpay for the spot for sure. Raul Jimenez, I think, has a few dual jersey stuff, ink. So Newcastle, nothing really to mention there. So Norwich, more of the same, boring. No one wants a Timo Pukki. Let's move to PSG. This is going to be the big boy spot too, just like some of the other ones. We got Mbappe's in here. We got Messi's, of course. But yes, there is a Messi auto. Black color blast is Messi. That's the only one because the color blast for Mbappe is with France. And there's also Neymar autos as well. So couple that all together with all the Messi autos. You got Pachi, you got Lionel. A lot of Messi stuff in this for PSG. So PSG spot's going to be well over 300 too total just because of that. Alright, we're getting down to the last few. Real Madrid, this is probably the biggest sleeper team I think there is because there's so many good autographs. Like, holy crap, this is a loaded spot. Xabi Alonso, Valverde, Benzema, Camavinga, and Vinny base. There's going to be a lot of Vinny stuff, a lot of Vinny autos. That's going to really carry this spot. This is going to be over $200, I think, easy just because of Vinny. A lot of Vinny autos I see just poking around. Just going to kind of scroll through it here. You can start seeing them pop up. Dual jersey ink with Rodrigo mixed in right here. Lot of autos just right there. There's also some really cool legend stuff. There's Luis Figo. So there's Figo autos. And some Matrix material. Even more Vinny autos. Looks like Vinny started signing too. I think there's also Camavinga. Yes, and then at the end here, it doesn't stop. More Xabi Alonso, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Camavinga autos. Lots of good stuff. Real Madrid is going to be well over $200. I might surprise some people, but it shouldn't. If you look at this checklist, this thing is stacked. Alright, Southampton, I don't think it's really much other than the Broja base and variants. Really cheap team. Not that interesting. Ward-Prowse auto, okay. Spain. Spain's probably going to be over 100 because it has Pedri autos, and there's also Yeremy Pino rookie autos, I think, right there too. So Spain. There's also a bunch of Ferran Torres. He's still valued over 90 million pounds as a player. Oyarzábal for Spain autos as well. So Spain's a little low key here. I think it's going to be easily over 100 total. I don't think Fati. He does have stuff, but I don't think any Fati autos. No Fati, but a lot of Pedri, Ferran Torres, Pau Torres. Probably Eric Garcia too. God love him. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some Pedri autos. No, I saw them somewhere. Here it is, okay. All the way down at the bottom. Volcanic material signatures, all there, okay. Almost done now. Lazio, not really worth talking about. Let's move on to Tottenham. Tottenham is going to be mostly about Sonny, Heung-min Son. Got the sweet black color blast for Sonny. Also some jersey patch autographs. So not only regular autographs, but patch autos for Sonny. That's going to be really nice. Some low numbered cool stuff. Then there's a Harry Kane as well. So there's Harry Kane autos. Matrix material. You can see them in there. So Tottenham's probably going to be well over 150 range, maybe as high as 200, depending on where Sonny could go. I could see 200 just for Sonny. Some places will price him high just because they take advantage of certain things, but it's just kind of the way it is. The market's the market, you know. That's how it sets itself. Moving on to the U.S., this is just a huge, I'm just going to kind of scroll through it slowly, but there's Pepe auto. There's so much to go through here. I can't even really take the time to break it all down, so I'll just kind of scroll through it. There is Josh Sargent, John Brooks. No, we don't really like him. Let's get to the good stuff. All right, Hope Solo for the U.S. women. Carly Lloyd, Abby Wambach, Christy Pierce. A lot of Abby Wambach stuff. I don't think she has a ton of stuff until now, and she's one of the legends of the U.S. women's team who hasn't had like a whole ton of autos. So I think U.S. women's spot, there's a lot. There's Rose Lavelle, there's Mallory Pugh, there's a lot of the stars of women's soccer have autos in this. So it's you're gonna see this like all of these add up, and then on the men's side, you've got like Gianluca Busio, Brian Reynolds, Tyler Adams. It's a ton of autographs, guys. Just look at all these autographs. It's insane. You're going to hit a Team USA auto per case. It's almost guaranteed. Print runs are just massive, massive, massive. Yunus Musa, they really got the Americans to sign. It's just there's thousands of Team USA. Musa, Dempsey, Anthony Robinson. Just this is the money spot. This is almost the guaranteed you're gonna hit an auto spot. So like probably men and women together, it's probably worth more than any other spot just on the sheer number of autos they have, and the American market is inflated, of course, because the hobby originates mostly from America. So the American spots are always going to be a little bit more inflated because of that. All right, almost done here. Uruguay. I don't think Uruguay had too much. Facundo Torres, Facundo Pelistri. Probably not going to be that much, though. Kind of a deep cut team. Watford, really nothing. West Ham and Wolves. Watford, not really a lot either. So that's going to pretty much do it. Thank you for watching. Just a little over 30 minutes. Tried to go through it quickly, but thanks, guys. Until next time.